Today I'm trying out a new palette. This one is by Diego Dalla Palma and it's their Caffeine palette. I know lots of you are over warm looks and some of you are still requesting them. The palette comes with some application examples on the back, so I use that as a guide and this is what I've come up with. As we're applying eyeshadow before foundation, I'm going to use MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot to prime the eyelids and neutralise the skin. Priming means we're applying a base layer for the eyeshadow to stick to and prevent it shifting throughout the day. Neutralising means to get rid of any redness on the skin or uneven skin tone and gives us a blank canvas to work with. I'm starting off by mixing cappuccino and mocha together, and on a fluffy blending brush I'm working this directly through the socket, and then as we get to the outer edge I'm using my brush to pull the colour up and out. Both of these colours are matte finishes. There's 5 matte finishes and 1 shimmery pearl shade in the palette. So you want to continue to apply the mix of those 2 colours in this area until you're happy with the colour payoff. And then to make sure everything's blended seamlessly, you want to go back in with a clean, fluffy blending brush. You want to do this at every stage, even if it takes away some of that colour that you've applied. At least you know it's always going to be blended, and then you can go back in and reapply your colour, and this is going to gradually build up the intensity. You can see here I'm concentrating some of that colour on the outer V and then working my brush in circular motions from the outside in, pulling that colour towards the socket. Going back to the palette, the next colour I'm taking is the warmest shade in the palette. This one is called Cherry Coffee, which is the inspiration for the name of the tutorial. I'm taking this over the mobile eyelid and taking it up to the socket line to meet the transition shades that we've already applied. Then you want to go back in with your clean blending brush and blend the seam between these 2 eyeshadows. Again, don't worry if you lose any of your colour because you can always reapply it. I'm repeating the same steps that we did with the transition shade. I'm now concentrating some of that colour on the outer V. Then I'm going back in with my blending brush and working that over the edges of the eyeshadow to soften it. You should start to see that your cherry coffee colour starts to blend seamlessly into your transition shades that you've already got on the eyelid. So we're creating that nice gradient. Next I'm going into the darkest shade in the palette. This one is called Espresso. And I'm applying this on the outer corner of the mobile eyelid where it meets the socket line, and this is going to be in a little triangular shape. This is what's going to give us that beautiful smoky appearance to the eye. I use a bit of a tap and swipe motion to apply it because I want to be quite precise with the application. I've layered this twice to really build up the intensity. Then I'm going to go in with a smaller blending brush and I'm going to start to blend the outer edges of this colour so it smokes out softly towards the tail of the brow and the brow bone. Obviously we don't want to take it that high, and that's why I'm using a smaller blending brush so that we can be more precise with where we're blending. If we used a bigger blending brush we're going to pull that colour up higher. I've now dipped the small blending brush into a little bit of the espresso and tapped off the excess, and I'm now deepening that outer V shape. I'm also pulling the V down onto the mobile eyelid close to the lash line on the outer corner. Going into the lightest matte shade in the palette, this one is called Cream. I'm now applying this to the brow bone. I'm using a pencil brush to apply this because it's small and you can be precise with the application. Then I'm going into Sugar, which is the shimmery pearl shade, and I'm applying this to the inner corner of the eyes and around the tear duct area on the lower lash line. Using another pencil brush dipped into the Cherry Coffee colour, I'm running that underneath the lower lash line, making sure that connects with the outer V shape on that top lid. And then going back in with my clean blending brush to make sure that all the edges are seamless. On a smaller brush, I'm applying espresso directly underneath the lower lashes, keeping it really close to the root and again connecting that with the outer corner of that V. And you want to smoke that along all the way towards the inner corner of the eye. Next I'm taking this eyeliner by BUXOM. This one is called Come Over. It's brown and it's shot through with shimmery gold flecks. This is going along the waterline. We're also going to use this to tight line. As with all eyeliners, I say apply one layer, allow it to set on the eyes and then go in and reapply it to build up the intensity. This will also allow it to last longer. Along the top lid we're going to be applying Bobbi Brown's Longwear gel eyeliner in the shade Sepia or Sepia, depending on how you pronounce it. And we're going to create quite a large wing with this. I do have a separate tutorial on how to apply eyeliner, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but my favourite brush to apply it with is a paintbrush. It doesn't have to be a specific brand, just a really good paintbrush. Going back in with a small amount of Cherry Coffee, I'm applying this from the top of the wing, pulling it inwards towards the socket line. Then lower down, I'm applying a bit more of espresso, again taking that from the wing and pulling it across towards the socket. For mascara, I'm using BUXOM's Big Tease mascara. It's a multi-bristle wand, which I really like. It's also a conical shaped wand, which means you can get to the inner corner of the lashes without dabbing the wand onto your lid and creating a mess. And it's a plumping mascara for volume and length. For falsies, I'm going to apply Eldora's M104 eyelashes, and on the bottom I'm going to apply S407, also by Eldora. I have a eyelash application tutorial which covers applying top and bottom lashes, and I will link it below. Moving on to skin, I've already applied some of the YSL Fuchsia Blur Primer, so I'm going to move on to foundation. Last week I received this amazing box from Bare Minerals. It's got their 16-hour concealer, their Bare Pro liquid foundation, and then their Bare Pro pressed foundation. I'm going to use the Performance Wear liquid foundation. They say this is a full coverage foundation and that it's a naturally matte finish. I like that this foundation comes in 30 shades, and I like that everything that Bare Minerals produce is good for your skin. I'm now going in with this 8-sided makeup sponge by Sports Effects. This is their Blend and Go sponge. This has got to be one of the softest sponges I've ever used. It's so pliable when it's been dampened. It's really soft on the skin. I love it. Also, with the particular shape, you can get right underneath the eyes and around the nose, and it's only £4.99. This is the Bare Pro 16-hour full coverage concealer. So it's water and crease proof, it's sweat resistant. It's a great choice if you're in a country with humidity because this is going to last. And I think it comes in 10 different shades. It's a really nice concealer. It's definitely more full coverage than I would generally use on myself. But for those of you that like full coverage, then definitely give it a whirl. I'm going to use the darker shade to contour with. It's quite creamy, but it does set in place, so it's a good idea to blend it really quickly and then leave it alone. I found on this side of my face that when I went back in with the sponge later on just to give it an extra blend, I made a part of it go slightly patchy only because it already set in place. If I had left it, then it wouldn't have been a problem. I'm using the same brush I've used to apply the foundation. This one is the Bare Minerals Luxe Performance brush. It's been made to give you the same sort of blend you would get if you were using your fingers. The bristles are cut so they're slightly tapered down. So I've quite enjoyed using it. It's a really nice brush. So once I've finished blending with the brush, I then go in with the sponge just to press it all into the skin. Again, I'm doing this before it completely sets in place. I'm using this Bare Minerals Gen Nude blush in Peachy Keen. By the way, this is not a sponsored tutorial by Bare Minerals, it's just I happen to have a lot of their new products that I wanted to try. This is going on the back half of the cheek. For the lips, I'm going to use one of the BUXOM Plump Line lip liners. These are so creamy, so they can be worn alone or underneath lipstick. The one I'm using is Incognito. These also come with a blending brush on the end. To finish off, I'm using this BUXOM Divine Goddess Luminizer, and this could be used on your face or body for a subtle iridescent glow. So I'm using a highlighter brush just to gently sweep that over the cheekbones. Oh, I forgot to mention that I did my eyebrows off camera. I do have a tutorial on how I do them. And that completes this week's tutorial. I really hope you've loved it. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to get back to you. You can tap my picture to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you've missed last week's tutorial, it'll be on screen for you now. If you would like to follow me outside of YouTube, my social handles are on screen. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye!